No more money wasting. Manchester United will not trigger the option to extend Rafael Varane's contract. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How have you been? Welcome to all Manchester United news today here on the United Hotspot, where I, Web Daniel, goes through all the potential news sources for Manchester United so that you don't have to bother. Now, let's get straight into it. Now, first of all, let's first sing Happy Birthday, dear Sally, dear Faggy. Happy birthday, dear Faggy. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Ferguson. So it's Sir Alex Ferguson's 82nd birthday. He's born today, on this day, in 1941 in Glasgow, Scotland. Sir Alex Ferguson, our, of course, ambassador, big ambassador of the club, always there, seated in the director's box, man, the last guy to win for us a Premier League title. He's a legend. He's built this club. He's the reason most of us started supporting Man United. So it's always good knowing he's well, and big respect, Sir Alex. So it is his birthday today, and during his birthday, Sir Alex released a book as well called Leadership. An interesting book. There's a documentary about it on the Man United website, and it looks interesting because it talks about how he was molded by his parents as a leader. Talks about how you can lead, young players and motivate them to perform at the highest level consistently. He speaks about how his interactions with players, where he would let players analyze games, likes of Steve Bruce and Eric Cantona. It is a beautiful book that you would want to read, or you can watch the documentary. What it speaks about it on the Man United website. But big birthday celebrations to Sir Alex, in case you didn't know. So wish the boss a good one. It's been a tough year for him. Remember, he lost his wife, Lady Cathy. So anyhow, Sir Alex Ferguson aside. So today, Sir Dave Brailsford was at Old Trafford, he said, and he was meeting players, a couple of staff, and the manager at Manchester United, trying to understand. This was his first visit to Old Trafford in his official capacity as the chief in charge of sports matters at Ineos. So it was an important visit. It's not really the official hard talk visit. It was him, coming and cooling the pressure among the staff, meeting them, talking to them, just trying to understand the atmosphere. He was given a tour of Carrington and Old Trafford by John Matter and I think and Stewart. So it's been a busy and not a high pressure day. I think it is just that first introduction of the new boss. So that's what has happened at Manchester United today. Now, still today, the big news coming through is that Manchester United has opted not to trigger the 12-month contract extension in the current existing contract of Rafael Varane. So United are suggesting, a bit like what they wanted with David De Gea, we want to keep Rafael Varane, but on lesser terms. He's currently earning £340,000 per week, and honestly, when he's fit, he's an important player. But look, he's not been fit for the most part of his start in United. This season alone, he has had 7 Premier League starts in about 20 games we have played. So you can imagine, missing 13 games. He's on huge wages. And we are saying we are bringing you guys in charge of football to try and trim the money we spend on paying players. I think, for me, it makes a lot of sense that Sir Dave Brailsford and his team are looking at cutting, player wages like this. So I think this is, again, like I told you, they have stated it before, that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his team will already start working even before the official confirmation of the whole process, as it's supposed to take about 6 to 8 weeks. So this is the team working, getting down to business. And for me, I love what I'm seeing. So if he doesn't like Varane, that is, if he doesn't want the reduced terms, he can bust. We appreciate him, but I think we can afford to lose him. It's said that Bayern and Real Madrid are monitoring him. They could be interested in getting him. Away from Varane, let's talk Diallo. It's Man United news today. Now, in case you are on social media, on Twitter, one of the most trending conversations today on Twitter was about a comparison between Anthony Dos Santos and Amad Diallo. Remember, Diallo made a few minutes cameo coming on for Anthony in that loss to Nottingham Forest, the last game of the year. And trust me, Many will agree that the only exciting bit about that game was the minutes that Diallo was on the pitch. The way he plays, he's always expressive, he's always moving, with or without the ball, he's moving forward, he's progressive, he's a joy to play with, and he's too fast. He beats off people so easily, he's so comfortable with the ball, he goes out wide, comes in, he brings life into the whole attack and makes the whole wing exciting. I think that is what a winger should do. Wingers have always been the most exciting players on the pitch. The things they do carrying the ball forward. Before, traditionally, they would swing the ball in and cross the ball. Today, because wingers are mostly inverted, they curl in and come in with consumptuous ease. The first to do it right was, I think, Ian Robben. So for me, I feel like this boy has just vindicated himself. He has been training the whole day, and he came out and said he's happy and humbled by his return and the reception he got after that long injury layoff. Remember, he was loaned to Sunderland, went there, scored goals for fun at Sunderland on loan, then comes up to train with us during preseason back with the senior team, and what happens? He gets injured during preseason, so he's been off. But we've all been hungry to see him. Remember, we bought him for a lot of money from Atalanta. That's why they paid so much. We paid so much money for him back then. He's such a joy to watch. Beautiful footballer. So that's a bit of the wrap up of all news today concerning Manchester United. But I will leave it to you now. In your view, Raphael Varane, should he go? Should he stay? Should we keep the terms and trigger an extension? Can we afford to lose him now? More so when we know United is not planning to spend so much in January. That's according to what we hear. But also, Anthony Dos Santos and Amad Diallo, who should be starting on the right wing going forward? Let me know what you think. My name is Webb. This is the United Hotspot. All news. I do remind you, become a member and support this growing community of Manchester United supporters. My name is Webb. Thank you so much. Hold on a minute. As we end there, I remembered. Let me reflect on what was my biggest Man United news this year. And I would put the same question to you. What was the biggest story concerning Man United for you? And by big, I mean, what excited you most? What moment did you feel, oh, this feels nice? Was it the announcement that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is taking over? Was that it? Or was it the advent of Kobe Maino? And I've been reflecting on it, and I'm thinking, what Man United news made me so happy this year? I think it was the return of Kobe Maino from injury. I think the confirmation that Kobe Maino is back from injury, for me, was my best news concerning Man United this year, because having watched him during preseason against Arsenal, I just knew this boy is going to be so important, and I was hoping I see him soon. So the injury, I think, took a lot away from me in terms of my zeal and energy. But the best news that brought life back in me was Kobe Maino's return from injury. Tell me yours in the comment section.